Your mental health right now might be looking like shit, but you can begin to fix it with something that can be anywhere from $0 to thousands. From doing things as simple as walks to traveling across the states and countries. You can begin to use travel to improve your mental health and give you a better outlook on life and what's to offer from it. Alright, so likely you have been stuck in the same place for a very long time. It may be 14 years, it may be 16, it may be 21, it may be 25. I don't know how old you are, okay? But you're likely in the same spot and you've been there for a long time. Now, you may have done some travel in your life. You may have also never left your state, okay? If you were anything like me, whenever I was younger, I didn't go on the school field trips. I didn't go on the things that everybody else went on. I never even left really the state other than, you know, some neighboring states that were very close. That was it. The thing is I think that me not being able to go on all these adventures that all my friends went on and stuff, I think it really did take a toll on my mental health because I wasn't experiencing all the things that they were experiencing. Whenever they were going to Washington, D.C. or maybe California or New York City, I was stuck at home or in the school and I didn't go. I just didn't go. And because of the circumstances that didn't allow me to go, I honestly I felt kind of sad and I felt left out. And I think that I always pretty much craved travel, right? I always wanted to travel. And I think that because the opportunity felt so close, but was like so far at the same time, it really made me feel like it was impossible for a long time. And then eventually whenever I got a vehicle and I was allowed to pretty much go out and start actually going out and traveling, right? About the time that I was like pretty much turning 18, I was an adult, I was going to make my own decisions, right? I was allowed to actually go out and travel, okay? Now, my early travel, my quote-unquote travel, was rather just me going on walks in the town or maybe even skateboarding and just really adventuring pretty much throughout my town and stuff. And that was pretty much the way that I would do my quote-unquote traveling, right? The thing is, it didn't hit the way I wanted it to. It was cool to experience these things, but eventually you go so many times and you just, oh, I know this place, right? And nothing's new about it. Now, once I was able to expand this and be able to get on a plane and go to another state, or even just take a road trip to another far state or even country, that it really did change a lot for me because it really opened my eyes to the fact that, you know, places are different everywhere in the world, and honestly, getting away from the environment that you're constantly stuck in kind of frees your mind. Honestly, it allows you to think differently and process things in a way that you probably didn't before, because whenever you're stuck in the same environment all the time, you do the same things all the time and you're doing whatever your habits are, really. And whenever you go out and you travel, let's just say, you know, even for like 3 nights or whatever, right, you are breaking that habit tracker or whatever you're doing that's like really steady in your home that you're stuck in, right? So whenever you're out and you're doing something completely different, it's completely new to you, and like the dopamine rush you get from it is like nothing that your phone could bring, nothing that a video game could bring. It's nothing like anything you would experience before if you've never experienced it. And being able to experience that kind of rush and the excitement of just going out and adventuring is probably one of the greatest feelings you'll ever feel. And being able to really just get out of your home and be able to just really just adventure, just like talk to random people, talk to strangers, just like get into not situations, of course, you don't want to like get into something crazy, right? But like rather like just see things and be able to share stories and be able to take something with you whenever you come back. Because whenever you take something with you, whenever you come back, not physical, but rather mental, or even just like a story, whatever it may be, you feel like you've escaped, right? You feel like you're no longer stuck. And whenever you come back, you want to make sure that obviously whenever you left, you want everything clean, you want everything spotless, you want everything as least amount of stress as possible, okay? And this could be literally any kind of travel, okay? This could be $0 travel where you were literally just going like an hour away and just like for me, it was like I would go an hour away and I would do some skateboarding, right? And like that was really cool because then I could like meet some dude and like, oh, I'll film for you, and then boom, I take a shot for him. It's super cool. That happens, and that's a nice way to just pretty much go out for literally the price of gas. You could do those kind of like for the price of gas trips, right? But you can also do more like crazier things where like me and my girlfriend, we went to Canada for like I think it was like 3 or 4 nights, and we spent like less than $500 on the entire trip. That's legit, okay? That's the price of a PS5. That's the price of like 2 of my PCs. That's like the price of 2 of my PCs. So like, I mean, the amount of experience you can get from that kind of money is kind of, it's worth it, you know? It's kind of crazy how much you can get out of just going out and just adventuring. And maybe like you just don't really know what it's like to go out and adventure and go out and, you know, experience the world, right? You've never done it before. That's okay. There's absolutely, because that was exactly how I was, okay? And if for some odd reason you don't feel like you crave it or you don't know how to get into it, sometimes honestly just jumping into it and then just trying to like wing it is the best way that you can do, okay? And of course, like, look into things if you're trying to figure out how planes work and how to get into an airport, or you know, you're trying to figure out how a subway system works, like whatever it may be. Of course, figure it out, watch YouTube tutorials, whatever you got to do. But when it comes to that more advanced stuff, you can't be scared, because if you're stuck, right? If you're stuck in the same place all the time, you're never going to feel any better. But if you go out and you experience something to improve your mental health, if you give yourself a new environment and a new place to think, you will think better. You will think differently. You will come back with something greater and you'll feel better because you've escaped. You know, whenever you're stuck in the same place, you will never feel better. You won't feel better. And yes, of course, being stuck in the same place, you know, it's not the worst thing, right? Sometimes you can, you know, nose to the grindstone, like you can do a lot, right, at your own home and in your own state, in your own place. But really going out and experiencing things, it's so much more valuable than, you know, just spending money on like really high-end restaurants or even just like mid-tier restaurants. Even just like anything that you like probably don't need, you know, maybe a brand new pair of shoes, a brand new pair of earbuds, even though you already have a pair, whatever it may be. These things are just completely useless, you know, at the end of the day, when you compare it to the experience that you could be purchasing. And like I said, this could be anywhere between pretty much like the $0, like the price of gas, to literally just crazy, you know, going as far out as you want, like going to another state, going to another country. And yes, you may feel like you can't because of your age or limitations, okay? And I get it. I've been there, okay? But I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to lose focus. And I want you to really think about the future that you want, okay? And yes, maybe travel isn't really a big one in it, but I'm sure there's some things in it where you're like, oh, I really want to check out this place at some point. Eventually, you can make that a reality. You just had to figure out how you can do it, and maybe you need to save up for it. Maybe you need to get a job. Maybe you need to work for that. You know, maybe you got to figure out some things that get you there, and you can make it. You can go, and it's so possible. And these experiences are so valuable, and it's a lot of things that people wish that they would do, and they don't. And I don't want you guys to end up like that, because I very well could have. I could have been stuck here for the rest of my life. I could have never left my home. I could have never left my state. I would have never experienced all the things that I can talk about and share and really look back on and be very, very grateful and happy that I've experienced those things. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. If you're traveling with a $0 budget or a $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 budget, I really do wish you the best of luck. And once again, if you have limitations, right, just know that eventually you will be able to escape. Okay, you'll be able to get out eventually. You just got to be hopeful and really just plan ahead and really map out where you want to be, what you want to do, and what your future can look like. And don't forget that the stresses of home, make sure that you finish as many as you possibly can before you end up leaving. For example, whenever I left to go to the Bahamas, I literally filmed and went nose to the grindstone with YouTube, and I uploaded so many scheduled videos. So the entire time that I was in the Bahamas, I was still uploading. And getting rid of that stress, that thought that I would have to make YouTube videos while on a vacation, something that I'm supposed to spend time and enjoy with the person that I'm taking, there was no way that was gonna happen. I was like, dude, I got to film, I gotta go crazy. Okay, so that's what I did. I got rid of all the stresses that I possibly could, left the home, left it in clean condition, everything that I possibly could, and I felt great whenever I came back. Okay, and yes, I know it's like, oh, you feel stuck, whatever, but whenever you come back to a clean environment, you're like, okay, it is nice being back, and I'm glad that I enjoyed the time that I spent. But honestly, I just really want you guys to experience a life that you want to live, and that is the best advice that I honestly got for you. And if you have any other suggestions or advice to give, then definitely leave them in the comments down below, because I would love to hear your thoughts. And if this video did help you, then feel free to like and take the subscribe button's tires and rims off of its vehicle, so that next time it goes on a trip, it will have to put the tires on, because there is no tires on the vehicle. And you can hide them if you'd like to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and check out this video. Whoa, this video right here is actually the travel video that me and my girlfriend did. It was like the budget travel. What can you do in Canada for $100? Okay, we did a lot and it was pretty nuts. So if you want to watch our travel vlog, then check this video out. It was honestly a great time. We had a fun time making it. So check this video out, find the fire within you, and stay Diablo.